Happy December, Libra. We are moving into December. We're coming to the end of the year. I thought I would change it up a little bit for this reading, and so I have my Christmas tree up here along with my great little camper that I have. I thought it would be a nice showcase for the month, at least. All right, today's reading is going to be, we're doing spiritual, physical, and mental being for the beginning, middle, and end of December. And we'll end it off with some clarification and also a card on the overall for the month. We're all moving into a phase where it is the end of the year. Time to sort of snuggle down and evaluate the things in our lives. So we're taking a look at that, the big picture of everything. And I do want to, say, if you like this reading, that's great. If it doesn't resonate with you, it may be for somebody else specific, but please check out your sun, moon, and rising to get the bigger picture of it. And if you'd like this reading, please go ahead and hit the like button and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm really close to hitting 1,000 and I'd love to do it by the end of the year. So if you can do that, it doesn't cost you anything, but it certainly helps me out. So it's been an amazing journey for me this year, and I am glad I get to share it with y'all. So, okay, so we're going to be moving to Libra for December 2021. I keep saying 2022, so I'm sort of in that half mind there. All right, Libra, moving forward, what do we need to know for December? What is our spiritual journey and our physical and our mental journey? All right, I'm using the steampunk deck today. I love the imagery on it. It is one of my favorite ones. My daughter gave me this deck. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with the spiritual journey. At the beginning of the month, you are the Queen of Cups. And it's funny because I just did Virgo, and Virgo got the same thing. And it's sort of this energy of you're coming into it feeling really good spiritually, like you've accomplished a certain amount of things. Of course, there's more to learn, but always you have that sort of feeling of accomplishment that you had, that you've done so well. This has not been an easy year for any of us, and still better than 2020. So I think we're still another, it's going to be till the end of 2022 by the time we start to sort of feel some normalcy. And when I say normalcy, I mean the new normal, not going back to what we have. So that is something to keep in mind. We're not going to go back to the old normal. We have a new normal, and so we need to sort of balance ourselves and get to that point. So you're starting off with this, as I said, sense of accomplishment. You've done well. You are certainly able to, you understand a lot more than you started off with spiritually at the beginning of the year. This has been a big year for opening a lot of people's awareness, and that is clearly reflected in what you have here. By the middle of the month, you're seeing some other options, and you're sort of second guessing against some things. This is the Seven of Cups, and it usually means illusions or delusions. It can also mean opportunities. So if you're feeling an abundance of opportunities and you're not really sure which one is the true one, it does feel like there's a bit of confusion there, that maybe there's there's almost too many things going on for your brain to process this clearly, which we'll get down to that. But because there's so much going on, and it feels like it's not just spiritual, it feels like it is physical, it feels like it is mental. It's all the pieces together. There's just, you're being sort of inundated with a whole bunch of stuff. And so for you, you need to be able to try and separate out those pieces of it And so by the end of the month, you're going to be, this is the Hangman. So the Hangman is not as scary as it sounds. It is asking you to take a different perspective on something. It's also saying that if you're, okay, so here's what I'm getting. I am getting that with this plethora of things coming in, you have stopped. Like you have shut down. You may be feeling overwhelmed. This is what this is right here, because what that is he's not in any pain. He is, actually tied up there rather loosely. He's hanging upside down by his own free will. So he's put himself into this predicament himself. And because of that, he is stuck hanging. He does have his arms free. He could get out of it. But he's looking for that perspective. And that perspective comes from looking at things in a different way. When we're looking at the physical body this month, or your physical manifestation, I'm not just talking body, but I am talking body, but I'm talking the whole piece, right? You're looking at this from a lack of want. Lack of want? Is that a lack of, no, yeah, you want it. You just don't have it. Like you're wallowing in it. So we've got the five of cups. I always have to look at that again. So you're definitely focusing on what you don't have and what you do have. And I think that's maybe helping to buy into this Seven of Cups situation. Maybe you figured, if I focus on manifesting, by the end of the year, I'll have this great outcome. And you get to December and you realize, I've got a month left and I haven't done anything that I wanted to do. I haven't accomplished all of this grand picture that I wanted to do. Tower movement. You're setting yourself up for something here. You're so busy looking at what you don't have physically that you're setting yourself up for a tower moment. And tower moment, I get a lot of grief about this. I'm not seeing any it is in the physical realm, so I think we're talking about exhaustion. I think we're talking about being overwhelmed. Maybe feeling a little lost. Definitely I worry about when you put so much stress on your body, it can have an adverse effect. So you want to be able to make sure that you're taking care of yourself physically. By the end of the month, we are hitting the Magician. So that is telling me that you have this power to overcome. And, it's definitely there. Here we go. We were talking about mental state and being overwhelmed and sort of this delusions bit right here. So we have the Ten of Swords at the beginning of the month, and that's definitely feeling like you've been charging forward, but you've been focused on one piece, and that's the spiritual piece. It does sort of feel a little please take this nicely, self-centered, and that's not, I don't mean it to be mean, but it does seem like the focus has been on yourself and not on the bigger picture. Definitely we have the moon in place here underneath the tower, and delusions. There's something here in the middle of the month. There's a change coming forward here for you, and something is going to spark that change. It does seem like, well, you got the moon, so it could very well be something physical. Not physical, that was mental is what I meant to say. It's something from your, I want to say past. It's definitely a mindset, and it doesn't feel past to me. It feels like something is going to come up and you're going to be asked to handle it. Now, whatever comes up with the tower means that it's usually going to be a fairly large thing. In other words, it's going to make a hole so something else can fill it. And in this case, it does feel like you come into this sort of, so you're coming into the month with this sort of unorganized idea of how you want things to be. You're feeling like one piece is accomplishment, another one is not. This mental one in the middle here, this tower moment feels very mentally challenged to me, as far as you are beating yourself up for not getting to where you wanted to be by the end of the month. That's what feels the strongest to me. But you know what? By the end of the month, you are going to choose to take that different perspective. And I think you have to understand that when we went into, about 2 years ago, we went into this period where things move at a different pace than they do now, than they did before. So we are, like I said, it's our new norm, and we're not quite used to it yet. And so you're moving towards that. You know, you're definitely putting in the work. The culmination for your mental mind is that you're going to double down, so to speak, and work on this. You have the power to transform this. And it is there. I mean, these last three cards, you've got the Hangman, the Magician, and the Eight of Pentacles. So all of these are transformational cards to me. They are saying that you're going to put in the work. You are going to focus on the whole instead of the one. And you're going to pull this off. Now, I hate doing the Tower, because I think people see that as such a scary thing. And you know what, honestly, usually if the Tower comes up, it's because you have failed to recognize something that should have been recognized before. So keep that in mind, that when you don't deal with things, they come back around. And when they come back around, each time they're going to get successfully more aggressive, meaning that they are going to be much more pronounced, because clearly Spirit is saying, you know, you haven't dealt with it in the past. I'm going to make you deal with it. So keep that in mind. There is that the middle of the month is going to seem really hard, but I'm telling you that by the end of this month, you're going to find some peace there, and you are going to see that light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to be able to transform that. All right, I want to clarify the Tower moment. You know, see what we have. And I'm using Rider-Waite. This is my small deck. Still not sure where my big deck is. I think it's over there. Okay, moving forward, what do we need to know? It's a good clarifying deck. It's small. What do you need to know? Clarify the Tower move. It's not looking bad at all. You know, again, Magician comes up. That power to transform is within yourself. You need to take a step towards it. That's your Fool's journey. It's the beginning of a new journey. So when we come to the end of the month, it does feel like there are going to be those new opportunities that are going to lead you towards what you want. There's a lot of focus here on resources. And as I'm not seeing it here, but I'm seeing sort of, well, you have the Eight of Pentacles at the end. It does feel like there's a lack of resources, and that maybe that's what's pushing you. Physical resources, not spiritual or mental. So yeah, so these things are going to come to fruition. I'm saying, you know, Ten of Pentacles, which is the culmination of that, right? You've reached what you want. It's sort of the celebration of it. The Fool's journey. Taking a step forward. Now keep in mind with the Fool's journey that you don't step without looking. That's always the plan, right? And the Magician says it's within you to transform this. It's it also talks about continuity and cycles. You have the infinity symbol above the Magician, and it's talking about these cyclings of events. This is going to continue. So, yeah, so there we go. That was a pretty good message. Let me, it's a little scary with tarot, but that's what we're here for, right? Okay, need a card from the Shaman's deck. Yeah, I keep putting it upside down, but I read these upright anyways. Shaman's deck, what do we need to know for December? What is the big picture for December? Sacred contract. Oh, I got two. Sacred contract and initiation. This is that journey that's coming up. There's something big, and it's probably going to involve, well, it's obviously going to involve some money. It is going to involve, but it's also going to involve your spiritual self. That's interesting. It feels like whatever this is that's coming up for you is something you have wanted, and so you're making room, you know, really that's what the Tower movement is about here. You're making room for this thing that's coming in by the end of the month. So that's where you need to look at it for. It's all preparing you, giving you a new way to look at things. It's giving you, you've got the Fool's Journey, you've got, and now Covenant and Initiation, which is the beginning of that new journey. All right. So I hope this all finds you well. Please know I'm sending the best. You know, whatever holiday you celebrate, please know that I send out blessings to you and your family. And I am eternally grateful for all of your support and your friendship that I've made over here. I'm not doing this alone, thankfully. So I want to wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy. And I'm sending blessings from Maine. Bye-bye.